Mrs. Newman,
Yes, Your Honor.
the defendants are your daughter and son-in-law, is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to your complaint, there came a time when the three of you rented a home together.
Yes.
And something happened, and you claim that they locked you out of the house and then proceeded to either destroy or damage your property. The defendants say that they gave you plenty of time to get your stuff out of the house, and they have a counterclaim because they say that you owe some rent, some utility bills, and also that you took some property that belonged to your daughter. When did you lease this house together?
October 15th of 2001.
Why?
Well, Your Honor, they needed to move from where they were living. The house was being sold. They could no longer continue to live there. They went apartment hunting. They found this house to rent. Then they asked me to move in because the rent was $2,300 a month, which they could ill afford on their own.
Where were you living at the time?
I was living at my mother's house. I didn't need to move anywhere.
Never a good idea to move in with your children if you can avoid it.
I know that now.
But you agreed, and the three of you signed a lease?
No, they signed a lease. I was never aware that there was a lease, and I moved in there sight unseen.
Did you move in with furniture?
Yes, I did.
What furniture?
Bedroom set, wall unit dresser, the microwave, my kitchen table, kitchen chairs.
Okay. What happened?
I worked that day on a Tuesday, 3 to 11 shift. Nicole called my son, Jason Newman, to give Mommy the message that we've changed the locks on the house. All her furniture is in contractor bags at the curb, and remind her that tomorrow is Wednesday, garbage day.
Had you had a fight?
We had had problems prior to that, Your Honor. I have police reports. The first incident was February 10th. As the police report states, my mother came over, that was a Sunday morning. We were going to take their son, Neil, out to breakfast. At that time, Charles said no, the baby wasn't going with us.
That's not true.
Just a minute. All right.
A verbal argument ensued between Charles and my mother, at which point I called the police when he laid his hands on her and he pushed her. She's 71 years old, and at that point, that's when I called 911.
Now, from February 10th to February 20th, were you living in the house?
Yes, I continued to stay at my mother's.
Okay. And on February 20th, you were advised that your furniture was outside.
Right. What I did take, Your Honor, I have pictures of the condition.
So it's mostly the clothing and your personalty that you're complaining about that was damaged, is that right?
Exactly, and the kitchen table.
Well, where is the kitchen table now?
I have it, but I have the difference between what it looked like before and what it looked like after. I have more pictures also, Your Honor. That's how they just threw the stuff, you know,
Okay,
all
let me see
over.
the rest. All right, who's going to speak for you?
I will.
I have a few questions for you. Okay. First of all, the lease to this house is in your name, is that correct?
Yes.
All right.
Mine and my husband's.
What date did you move out of the house?
February 10th.
Under what circumstances?
Basically, what my mother told you, the whole thing about her and my grandmother wanted to take our son out. We used to go over to my in-laws every Sunday for dinner. At 3 o'clock in the afternoon, my mother and grandmother decided that they were going to take my son shopping or wherever they decided. And I said, you know you're not going to do that. I said, you know that we go to the Glad's house every Sunday for dinner, and Charlie's not going to let you do that. They don't get along with my husband. They hate him, so they figured, well, we don't care about the Glads, so
Well, why would you invite your mother to live with you if they hated each other?
They didn't before that. They didn't before we moved in. Everything was supposedly okay. I don't know.
Then everything was okay. So what happened between October and the beginning of February? That's not a long time.
A lot.
According to at least something that I surmised from these papers, you and your husband were not getting along.
Right. We were separated.
You were separated, but
Yes.
living in the same
Yes.
house.
Different rooms, yeah.
And according at least to, I believe it was your mother in her complaint, she indicated that either one or both of you were dating other people. You were living sort of separate lives.
Yes.
Is that right? Well, that's kind of outrageous to have brought your mother into that situation where she had to tolerate that.
It wasn't. We separated when we were in the house.
I understand that.
Okay.
So what? That's sort of unconscionable. You bring your mother into your house to share the rent. You and your husband aren't getting along. You separate. He's in his room. You're not talking to each other. You go out with guys. He
We
goes
were
out with
getting
girls.
along fine. It was Mostly, it was over money. And
you're not getting along fine if you're living two separate lives under one roof.
And Newman says her daughter, Nicole Glad, and her son-in-law, Charles Glad, are responsible for damaging her property. Diane claims whatever they didn't destroy, they're holding hostage.
Did you discuss the trouble that they were having with your daughter?
Yes, Your Honor. She let me know, I would say in December at some point, just before the holidays, she let me know that Charles now has a girlfriend. And she further said to me that as far as he's concerned, Charles said, I have nothing to do with you, Nicole, financially. You're on your mother. And from that point on...
It was in January. We didn't.
So let's say it was January.
Okay, excuse me. And from that point on, whatever her bills were, he contributed no money to her support. I bought her whatever she needed, cigarette, whatever it was.
I'm getting the picture. What I'm trying to do is to create a picture for myself. Now, what I want to know is, which one of you packed your mother's things?
My husband.
How did I know that? Wasn't that a good question to ask? How did I know that he packed the stuff like a slob?
Your Honor,
how did I know that he packed this stuff like a slob?
Her stuff was already packed. It was in the basement. She never unpacked it since.
Fine. Then who threw the food in there? I don't know. Let me tell you something, Mr. Glad, and you too. You had no right to treat your mother's property with such disrespect. If you were a decent human being, then you rent a U-Haul and you carefully put your mother's stuff in the U-Haul and you bring it over to and you bring it over to your grandmother's house. You don't take your mother's property that she brought to your home because you needed her to cover your bills.
Your Honor, we would have gladly moved into a one-bedroom apartment for $800 that we could afford. It was my mother's idea for all of us to move in together.
Your Honor.
Just a second. Say, if you're grown-ups, you're married, you have a child, say, Mom, thanks very much for your offer, but we're a family. We're a family, and we want to be by ourselves.
I see my mistake now.
Oh, it was definitely your mistake, madam, especially since I cannot believe that from the end of October when you moved into December, he just got a girlfriend.
First of all, it wasn't a girlfriend.
I cannot believe that in that short 6-week period of time, he found himself a girlfriend. In any event, whatever damage that was done to her property is your responsibility. Period. Because if you didn't watch your husband pack your mother's property, somebody who interspersed her clothes and property with garbage just to be nasty. What?
On the 14th, we were advised by the landlord of the house to change the locks because my mother-in-law threatened $20,000 worth of damage to the house. Change the locks, put her stuff outside, have her come get it. We verbally agreed on a 10-day notice to move out. She would have everything out within 10 days. I then, with my wife, put everything outside the house.
And I'm telling you that that's not the right thing to do. The right thing to do is if you have a family and you've caused the problem.
We did.
You caused, yes, you did.
Okay.
Young lady, you and your husband caused the problem. Put your hand down, madam. I don't want you to say anything for a reason. You don't have to say anything else to exacerbate the situation. They could be mad at me. I have broad shoulders. They don't have to be mad at me.
Thank you.
You created the problem. He found a girlfriend. He said, I'm not giving you any more money. Don't go, just because you're back in the bedroom together doesn't mean that all these things didn't happen, madam. And it happened in a relatively short period of time. You suckered your mother into a situation, or at least he did. Maybe he had it in his mind all the time that he was going to dump you with your mother. I'm not sure. That's a possibility because he looks like a cutie pie to me. He may have figured out all the while, I'm going to get her in there with her mother, dump her with her mother, and I'm taking off. Maybe
Except
that's what
he was opposed to this. I'm the one that said, let's go with my mother. We could get a whole entire house. Our son can have a backyard to run around and play with, rather than an apartment.
I am sure at that time that you didn't know that he had a girlfriend.
He didn't.
Trust me. Trust me.
Oh, okay.
Trust me. The fact that things are back on track now is very nice. We're not going there. All I'm telling you is you did the wrong thing.
I've moved my mother so many times, Your Honor. I'm tired of it. I'm sorry, but I think that she is more than able to move her own things now.
Good. So you're going to pay for it. Now, what was the damage to the property?
Okay.
Let me see.
I have an itemized list here.
Let me see. What was the last month you paid rent?
In February, instead of $11.50, Nicole came to me on the 7th of February and said to me, Charlie only has $800. He does not have $11.50. Do you want to wait until the following Thursday, which would have been the 14th, to pay the rent? Or do you want to put up the money for the $350 that he's short? I have a photocopy, Your Honor. This is in Nicole's handwriting of her checkbook that
Which was
says
stolen.
on February 8th. It wasn't stolen, Your Honor.
have
Nicole's
a police
car was
report, right.
repossessed. She left her checkbook in my car because she needed a ride to
doesn't
get
have
to
a
the
car, Your Honor.
bank.
Ma'am, we have a police report, and her brother's a witness to her stealing it and return it to the
My
police
brother
officer.
admitted to the police that we took it. She gave it back to the police, and then the police gave it back to us.
On what date did she take the checkbook?
February 11th, when they broke into our bedroom and stole everything else.
She didn't steal a whole lot of other stuff. She took back an engagement ring
Right.
that she had given. Quiet. She took back an engagement ring that she had provided the diamond in the
yes.
engagement ring. Was that the engagement ring that he gave you?
Yes.
So he gave you an engagement ring with her diamond?
No, my grandmother's.
Or your grandmother's diamond?
Yeah.
No, Your Honor.
It was the
I
stone
have
from
both
my
rings
grandmother.
right
Whatever.
Yes.
That's what she stole.
She didn't. She stole the ring. Yes, I told her gladly, keep the. I don't want the diamond. I want the ring back.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
What else?
They also took back my son's crib and dresser, because that hurt us a lot. Because now my son doesn't have a crib or a dresser.
Well, you married some winner.
Thanks.
He has a child and he can't afford to provide the child with a crib. He's a winner.
Not can't afford. My grandmother.
I just
willingly
said
went
to
and
you,
bought-
if you have a child, you said you don't have a crib for your child. Is that
No,
what you
there is
just
a
told
crib
me?
now. We bought a crib, thank
Good,
you.
then you're not such a loser.
That's right.
You owe your mother $1,400. Let me get to your counterclaim and dispose of that very, very quickly.
Can I just tell you the utilities?
Rent, you don't get. Utilities, you don't get. Value of ring band. Let me see the value of the ring band. You made the diamond into...
All I have is the appraisal for the ring. I don't.
Then I have no idea what the ring band cost. What about the cable box?
My son thought that the cable bill was in my name, and at the same time when he took the DVD player, he did take the cable box. He will make arrangements with her, return it to them, no problem at all.
Within 5 days, the cable box is to be returned. What else?
That's all we're suing.
Good. Cable box goes back to the defendants and judgment for the plaintiff for the amount of $1,400. That's all.
you.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
You may step out. Wait here, please.
She just thought my husband was a bad man, and that she thought he had a girlfriend from whenever, when she wasn't even a girlfriend.
He has no respect for her. The way he treats her, he verbally abuses her. He's very controlling of her.
My in-laws are nothing but pathological liars.
What a mistake she made with this marriage and getting hooked up with this guy. She can't say it.
Year-old homemaker Yolanda Andrews is suing former friend, 41-year-old daycare provider Michelle Thorne, for depositing bad checks into her account. Michelle says they were both involved in running a scam.
Miss Andrews, how do you know Miss Thorne?
Her daughter lives in the apartment behind my house.
And how long had you known her before this check incident?
About a year, I guess.
I'd like you to tell me about it because your claim is that she gave you a check to deposit into your account. You were being helpful to her, and the check turned out to be a bad check, which caused you all sorts of problems.
Right.
So tell me, when and under what circumstances she gave you this check?
Actually, first her daughter approached me and told me, well, since you lost your job and I see that you don't have any money or whatever, my mom can have you deposit these checks into your account and we can later take the money out and pay your bills, pay your car note, pay your rent. And she was going to have me deposit these checks. Then we were going to go shopping and buy some things from the store and return them for cash.
Please, oh Lord.
This is what she told me.
So let me understand this.
Okay.
Her daughter comes to you and says, you don't have any money.
Yeah.
Because you lost your job.
My mom wanted
So we're
help.
going, my mom wants to help you. And she's going to put in some money into your checking account so that you could pay your bills.
Yes.
And then go shopping to a store and buy merchandise and then return it for cash. And who was going to get the cash?
She was. Me and her.
The two of you.
Right.
So she was really, according to your story, loaning you money.
She does this so that she can get cash for herself and for her, other people. She does these things for other people. She put these two checks into my account.
Just a minute. Thank you, Bert.
You're welcome.
Okay, but the matter of the $440.60.
Just a second. So she deposits this money into your account, about $2,000, these two checks.
Right.
And then you go shopping.
We went shopping.
And what did you buy when you went shopping?
We bought a 19-inch color TV and a stereo boombox.
And then she was supposed to return those things to get cash for the two of you.
Yes. And then when I got a letter from Target stating that the check had bounced, she told me she doesn't have the stuff right now, that she'll pay for it. She'll take care of everything. She never paid it or never returned the merchandise. I got a letter from the district attorney's office, and the restitution is $440.60. I had to attend a bad check writing class, and and I wrote a letter to the DA letting them know what really happened, and the district attorney's office told me, well, unfortunately, your name is on the check, so you have to pay.
You were involved in a scam, Miss Andrews.
That's right.
You were involved in a scam. You knew this was a scam.
Right.
Right?
Right, I was desperate, at the time.
What?
At the time, I knew,
At the time, you knew it was a scam. Whatever you were doing, I don't quite understand it. It was clearly something that was not legal.
Right.
You understood that, right?
Yes.
Well, if you understood that, how do you... All right, I'm going to calm down. That's first. Let me explain to you, Miss Andrews, what we call in the law the clean hands doctrine. Somebody that is doing the wrong thing and gets burned cannot come into a court of law and complain about it even though they got the short end of the stick. Do you understand?
Okay.
So from what you're telling me, you knew that what the defendant was doing, and you as her accomplice, was committing a fraud. If you know it's the wrong thing to do, you then cannot come to court and say, I want you to help me. I want the law to help me. You can't do that. So goodbye.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
She didn't have to pay anything. She walked away with the merchandise, and and my name is bad.
You heard her. Dirty hands. You can't come to court.
Don't trust swindlers like her.
To me, these two cases really show the difference between being wrong and being caught in the wrong kind of situation. In the first case, Mrs. Newman's daughter and son-in-law invited her into the house because they needed help with the rent, but instead of handling the situation respectfully, everything turned into conflict, broken trust, and damaged property. Her things were thrown out, the locks were changed, and the whole family ended up fighting over who owed what. I think the daughter and son-in-law created most of that mess, and the judge was right to hold them responsible for the way they treated their mother's belongings. When you ask family to help you, you do not get to treat them like strangers the moment things go bad. The second case was even worse in a different way, because Yolanda knew she was getting involved in a scam. That was not a misunderstanding or a simple bad check problem. She admitted she knew it was wrong, and once you do that, the clean hands doctrine comes into play. You cannot participate in fraud and then ask the court to rescue you when the scheme falls apart. That is exactly why the judge dismissed her case. If you choose to play dirty, you do not get to complain when the dirt sticks to you. So in both cases, the common theme is responsibility. In the first case, the family should have handled the move-out and property issue like adults. In the second case, Yolanda should never have joined a fraudulent plan in the first place. One case was about disrespect and family chaos, and the other was about knowingly joining a scam. Either way, the court was not there to clean up bad decisions. What did you guys think about these two cases? Do you think the judgments were fair? Please put it in the comments below. And thank you for watching.